I've been a diabetic all of my life. My brother and I both had diabetes from when we were children and needed a kidney transplant. He got his kidney and it worked very, very well for him for the better part of 13 years. But unfortunately it failed and he passed away 3 years ago. And the sad thing was, perhaps if there were less people on the list and more people donating, perhaps they would have been willing to take a chance on my brother. There isn't a day that goes by I don't miss my brother. And I don't lament what happened to him. So I'm trying not to get emotional here, but it's a very difficult thing for me to deal with.
Had Kenneth in 1986, and he was born with severe disabilities. Kenneth got sick and he ended up in the hospital up here, and then they pronounced him brain dead. And then we found out it was meningitis, and that's when they asked us about organ donation. So this was Kenneth's room. I've changed it a little bit since he passed away. We donated his kidneys and his liver. You know, Kenneth wasn't going to need his organs, and what better way to memorialize him than to pass on something from him to let another family not go through what we just went through. I think you get a big kick out of it. Kenneth was a very loving child. He loved everybody, and so this would be the best way for him to pass on his spirit.
As a physician, as a transplant surgeon, I have spent time with patients that were so close to death that you could see it, that you could feel it. And then the most magical thing that happens is that in about a year later, that same person will be walking through the door in a clinic all dressed up, and he just hardly even recognized that that's that same very sick, devastated patient.
It's hard to tell by looking at me. I actually had enough hair at one time where I needed to get haircuts. And I was getting a haircut. And that darn beeper had been hanging from my waist for 17 months. And when it went off, I jumped when he kind of messed up a part of my hair. The next thing I know, I woke up. I felt better immediately. I didn't realize how bad I felt until the day I woke up. I get up every morning and I thank God, because very few people get a gift of such enormous proportions. I got my life back again. A monkey on his head. Daddy's got a monkey on his head. Hey, say hi. This is Mason. He's the love of my life. Daddy's little boy. I've witnessed miracles in my lifetime. My story is a miracle in my eyes.
Right, Mason? Right.
It feels good. Feels really good. When they do well, it feels really good. Because you know that they were able to go back to their loved ones, they were able to live life and see more of it, and all of that comes down to availability of organs.
I had never really thought about organ donation until after this, because I just didn't know how important it was to sign your card and let your family know, of course, that that's what your wishes are. And if it can allow another family to have a few more years or a few more months, even a few more days with their loved ones, I mean, I would have given anything to have an extra day with Kenneth.
The real heroes in this world are the family members that, in the midst of their incredible, unbelievable grief, find it within their hearts and their souls to give life to someone like me.
In a day and a time and an age where you hear this attack, that attack, you just basically come down to a situation like this where people, strangers, that have absolute no gain, no benefit, come together and create wonders and miracles. You have to believe in the strength and the goodness of human spirit. It's there.